Hey Scorps, it's Shishi with She Reads Tarot. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel to those that have been subscribed to me. Today I'm gonna talk to my Scorpios. Gonna tap into your energy and see what's going on. Tap into Scorpio energy and see what's going on. I hope everything is going okay with y'all Scorpios. Like, I really need to get onto a routine. Like, I've been doing a lot of procrastinating lately. But then, like, I've been kind of tired, like, ever since I wasn't feeling well. Like, I don't feel that hydrated. I don't know. But I was like, I gotta get these readings done for everybody. Get back on some kind of schedule. So I want to get everyone's done today. Before the end of the day, I want all my readings to be uploaded for all my signs. So, Scorpio energy. What does Scorpio needs to know? What does Scorpio need to know, Spirit? Alright, Spirit, let's talk to Scorpio about what they need to know, about what's in their energy. What does Scorpio need to know, Spirit? What does Scorpio need to know? Okay, we got settling. We have ambivalence. We have getting crumbs, indecision, criticizing. And we have one more. We have love sucks. Okay. So we have settling. If you don't stay with someone who is, if you don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. Ambivalent. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. Getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. Indecision. You are afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. Criticizing your partner's driving them away. Focus on their good qualities. And then we have love sucks. You have stopped believing in love. Let yourself heal so you can open again. Okay, so we have a few different energies out here. We have we have an energy where we're settling, because we're comfortable. We have the energy of someone wanting love but not really trying. I just think it's gonna just fall out the sky, and I'm not picking. And yeah, getting crumbs. So this could be for the energy that is settling, the getting crumbs. Then we have indecision. You are afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. So this could be also a part of that same with the settling energy. Or this could be like the settling energy where like this is how you feel towards the person you're settling for. Maybe they have commitment issues, or this could be a Scorpio that is in our energy that is in an indecisive energy right now, where the Scorpio is a non-committal one. And then we have criticizing, which like I said, this person is in a relationship, but it's like they're comparing them, or just focusing on the negative parts of this person, which could drive this person away. So maybe just try focusing on the good qualities. Maybe this person has heard enough about what you don't like about them. Then we have love sucks. You have stopped believing in love. Let yourself heal so you can be open again. Okay, so this could be a part of the energy with ambivalent. Like the person that wants love, but really not putting themselves out there to receive it. So they kind of feel like, I'm over love. It's love sucks type energy. But we're gonna see what's going on. We got a lot of cards out for you, Scorpio, this morning. So, and then we have comparison on the bottom of the deck. Comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind. See your new love for who it is. And with love sucks being the last card that fell out, like I said, yeah, you could be in this energy of like love sucks, or criticizing, being ambivalent because you're trying to compare it to the past when you need to just let the past go, heal from it, and start fresh. Love will always be a risk. It will always be a risk. So, Okay. All right, Spirit, what's settling? All right, Spirit, what's settling? What's settling for my Scorpios? What is settling? Not my type. Be open to different types of people because you may be surprised who you find. Okay, so with this, like this person may not be, like this Scorpio that I'm reading for may not be in a relationship. They may just won't give anyone a chance but a certain type of person. And Spirit is saying that instead of, criticizing or comparing, maybe let's try another type, see what someone else has to offer. So you might, like more of the rigid, combative, bad boy, bad girl type of energy. But maybe you need to try, more of a laid back, homebody type of energy, someone that is emotionally mature, that's willing to open up their feelings for you, things like that. Like, and then you got rejection on the bottom of the deck. So, like I said, there could be another type of person that there could be another type of person or type of people that you are into, but you also fear rejection. So build your confidence by dating a lot and find out what people like about you. So, like I said, if you are like a single Scorpio and you're just settling for the next bad boy, or the next combative girl that turns the corner, like maybe respond to that person that you kind of been pushing off, like, oh, they're too nice, or they don't, like, whatever it is that you kind of got you off fence. Maybe just try, like, date different types of people. You never know, that person may just make your soul sing. They may be funny, or introduce you to things that you didn't even know you like. Like, we have to let go of that superficialness of taking people or leaving people behind just because, or the lack of like physical attributes, or things like that. Okay. Anything else for settling, Spirit? Anything else for settling for my Scorpios? Anything else for settling for my Scorpios? Feel unloved. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. So yeah, like I said, I was getting like, like for myself. Like, I also had that type where, I wanted them to be a little rough around the edges, but like the type that I would run into that was rough around the edges, like they were like a Page of Cups energy. Like, they just were not emotionally mature enough. Like they just, they say nice things, good things, but it was like sparingly. It wasn't like all the time. It was just kind of, to get themselves out of hot water, or, every now and then, settling. Like I said, you just settling for crumbs of affection, or, settling for the good times when it's time to make up, and things like that. And then at the bottom of that, we have expectations. So that's going back to, again, like you having a certain type. So don't expect too much out of, what's next. Like if you have a list or some kind of, check off list of what this person needs to look like, things like that. Maybe ditch that, ditch what the unexpected. I mean, ditch the, the things that you are willing to compromise on. Like if you got that you want them to be 6 foot, but someone comes around, they're 5'10", something like that. Got confusion on the top. So like you might not even know what you want, It's just like, I don't know what I want, but I do know what I don't want type of energy with you. That's not fair, Scorpio. That's not fair. Scorpio energy, spirit. Scorpio energy, what's settling? Scorpio energy, what is settling? Scorpio energy, what is settling? What is settling for my Scorpio spirit? Hopeless. So yeah, like this Scorpio here. So this Scorpio, so I feel like, with hopeless here, loss, depression, trigger warning, suicide. Like you may be clinging onto an old relationship, or old ways that you thought you liked, things like that, which could have you in this hopeless mode of, feeling unloved. You're not the one for me. I'm looking for a certain type that you are just willing to settle for. But like, I don't think that's the way to go this route, because if the type of person that you're settling for and you're with them, or whether you're with them and you need to get out, or you just got out and you want something similar, like they have you in this hopeless energy now, and you shouldn't feel that ever, whether together and you're going through something, you shouldn't feel like that with a person that loves you equally. Everything won't be all sunshine and flowers and everything, but so this type right here, it had, like, they know, it's like they have like the puppet strings for your emotions and your feelings. And yeah, it's definitely time to try a new type. And say myself, I love bad boy, love it, and I'm considered what you call a good girl. So it's like an opposite attract type thing. But there are bad boys, or more of a rigid personality out here, and they don't have to be down from the bottom. Like, they don't have to have that, the whole bad boy. Like, they don't have to be a drug dealer, gang member, just out here all outside. Like, they could have been like I met someone that was very work oriented, but like, they don't take no shit either, and they have very firm boundaries. So Like, that's very attractive to me. But like, they're not always outside. They're not always surrounded by, a group of people, or just always just into something, They're really that rigid person about me. Like, it's just not an all around thing. So maybe just refocus it. If you do like that tough energy, like I said, get somebody that's more healed, that understands your feelings, okay? But we're not gonna stay on that too much longer. Okay, ambivalence. This is for my person that wants love, but they're not all in. What is going on? Let's talk about this ambivalent energy for my Scorpios. Ambivalence for my Scorpios. What is ambivalence? Can we clarify ambivalent, please, Spirit? Ambivalence. I wasn't saying it right. Let's talk about ambivalent for my Scorpio spirit. We got unavailable. You're chasing someone unavailable, or you are the one who is running away. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you have to, whether it's whether you feel like you manifested and you're just waiting, like, you also have to, be outside. Like, someone has to see you. Or if like you're in the social media, like, maybe that's not the route you should go in trying to find your person this time. Maybe you, like I said, get out. Like, don't order DoorDash. Go pick your food up. Do your face. Get outside, put some clothes on, and be attractive. Be attracted to, have people attracted to you. Like, with this ability, like, it's a lot of outside energy here. So you need to get outside to be seen. Like, if you have any, I have body shame on the top of the day. So if you have any, like, shame about your body, or you feel unattractive of any way, like, if it's something that, like, you just continue to, doubt yourself on, or if that's what's keeping you from, like, being outside or whatever, like, do something to change it. If you can, like, if it's because you feel like you're too small, like, try, look into ways to gain weight gaining supplements, or, including more protein in your diet. Or if you want to lose weight, same thing. If it's like a hereditary thing, try a supplement, to a dietary supplement that, that will, either, like, if you know that you eat a lot, that decreases your appetite, or maybe something that just builds your metabolism so that you'll want to move around a little more. It could be something small. But like myself, I'm small, but I'm not, all in love with my body. So, I kind of try to dress a way to, highlight what I like about myself, so that I don't get too, wrapped up about what I don't like. So, and probably what you don't like, somebody loves. For real. Like, every time I try to, talk back to y'all about myself or something I don't like, people usually like, really? There's nothing wrong with such and such. But we are our biggest critics, so, you know how that goes. All right, Spirit, what's ambivalent? What is ambivalent, Spirit? I'm trying not to let these readings go too long, because it seems like when they're longer, people don't watch them. So I'm going to try to make it kind of short, y'all. At least about 30, 35 minutes. We already at 20. All right, Spirit, what's ambivalent for Scorpio? Untrue stories. You tell yourself bad things, change your story, and see the good that can happen. So, yeah, you just need to refocus your energy. Right, the mind, the tongue are very powerful. So if you're like always in your head, I just don't like the way I look. Oh, there's no one out there for me. this is just my life right now. Like, as long as you keep like telling yourself that, and having that mindset, like that's the energy that you're gonna carry around. So you need to transmute that energy. Say, get outside, talk to yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Tell yourself how much love you deserve. Tell yourself what kind of person that you deserve, what that person should offer. Things like that. We have not compatible at the top of the deck. You don't really believe there's a match for you. Have an open mind. So yeah, exactly. Have an open mind. All right, Spirit. What's the vibe for this ambivalent? What can you tell us about this ambivalent energy for my Scorpios? What can you tell me about this ambivalent energy for my Scorpios? Ambivalent for my Scorpios. Salty. We have salty, bitter, angry, petty. So yeah, this is a Scorpio that is, just a little angry, bitter. Like, I'm not sure where you come from in love, but like, you have a bad taste in your mouth for love right now. So yeah, we definitely got to refocus, like, how we think about love, what we say about love, and refocus it onto what we want out of love, how we want to feel about love, and see how the energy changes. Like I said, and even if it's about yourself, loving yourself, like, do something for yourself, and you'll just see how, like, a glow out of yourself. Just like, even with myself, when I'm happy, like, my whole face changed. Like, there's a glow about myself. Like, my clothes fit different. I'm telling y'all, it's just all about the energy you put out there. That's really as serious as it gets, for real. Okay. Getting crumbs, you deserve more. More than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. Okay. So yeah, no, we're not settling. It's a no. We're not gonna go too far into getting crumbs, because it's basically like settling. What's getting crumbs, Spirit? What's getting crumbs for my Scorpios? Getting crumbs for my Scorpios. What is getting crumbs? Excuses. You have so many reasons that it never works out. 5 reasons that it can work. So, like, it could be the person that you're with. Like, every time you're trying to, like, make something work, or just trying to change the energy of the connection, they could be providing you with excuses, or you could be providing yourself with excuses to, settle for the crumbs. Like, oh, they worked hard this week, or they did have to work today, so maybe I am being a little too blah, 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 blah. But like, you've been with this person long enough. You've been in this world long enough to know when people are shooting you the shit. Like, don't settle for crumbs. There's enough time in the day to do what needs to be done and show the person that you care about them. Like, I mean, there's certain circumstances where, a lot of times, but we have too much access to our phone to, not even to just be able to send an emoji to someone to say you're on my mind, whatever. Like, there's voice messages. If you can't put your phone on the keyboard, send an audio message. Like, we do not have to settle for bullshit. There's somebody out here that has a whole loaf of bread instead of the crumbs, okay? And yeah, let your guard down as well. Like, once you get to a point where someone, like, whether you rekindle what you have, or you are in something new, Like if you want to receive a different energy, make sure you're not guarded from it. Make sure you're open to receive it as well. And yeah. And also with too soon here, just make sure as well that like you just take the relationship one step at a time. Don't try to go in and put it all together at one time. You get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. So yeah, get to know someone. Like if they just get to know them through different emotions, different seasons. Like you don't have to try to fall in love overnight. Okay. What's the vibe for this getting crumbs, Spirit? What's the vibe for getting crumbs? What's the vibe for getting crumbs? Getting crumbs. What's the vibe for getting crumbs, Spirit? Oh, okay. Wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. So like I say, you could have this wishful thinking that, this person that provides you with these excuses will, it'll go back to that honeymoon phase or when things were great. But like I say, you don't allow this person to have you sitting around just so they can make excuses to not fully do their part in the relationship. All right, what's this indecision, Spirit? What's the indecision? What's this indecision energy? Indecision. What is indecision for my Scorpios? What's the indecision? Boundaries. You need to hold good boundaries so you don't feel violated. Alright, so yeah, this goes with, like I said, don't move too fast too soon. Like I said, with love, it's always going to be a risk. It's always going to be a risk, but when you've been through stuff and when you, like at our age now, everybody has, like, this is probably not your first relationship. It's probably not their first relationship. So like when you first meet someone, like, especially if you've already been, in a connection, the honeymoon phase is there, but you also have this reserved feeling like, I don't know if this is it, like you don't know, like if you're doing the right thing or if this is the right person, or you don't want to, do something basically you don't want to commit because you are afraid that something wrong is going to happen. But with that, like I say, you just need to set firm boundaries. Like if you are that more reserved person, that you that nurturing energy, you got to kind of let people know where you stand on things. If something make you itch a little bit, you need to scratch it. Let people know. Because sometimes people don't know when they offend you or when they're triggering you. Like I said, we all have been through something where, the way we react to some things, it's just due to just past trauma. But yeah, when you get to that point of, starting this new relationship, set those firm boundaries and don't lose yourself. Like, do not water yourself down. Do not warm somebody else up to leave yourself out in the cold. Like I said, let it be known what you want and what you don't want. And if you're not that cup of tea, then okay. It's time to get us a new tea bag and start over. But yeah, don't settle and don't, miss an opportunity for a fulfilling commitment because you scared to step on somebody's toes, and let them know what you don't like or whatever, because like I say, you want to make it work or whatever the case may be. All right, Spirit, what's criticizing? What is criticizing? Got an energy where someone's criticizing their partners instead of, focusing on the good quality. So you could be settling for this, or you could be doing this. What's the energy for my Scorpios with this criticizing in their energy? Confusion. You don't know what you want, so you need clarity before you get involved. So with this criticizing, like I said, this person or you cannot know what you want. So instead of focusing on what it is that you liked about this person that drew you into this person, or vice versa, put it how it is. Like, you just providing this confusing energy. Like, there's a confused, like, do you really even care about me? Like, you only have bad things to say. And we have retreating on the deck. So whatever this is something that you most likely need to retreat from. Because I myself have been in a relationship where, at first it was the honeymoon. I was the best thing they ever seen, smelled, dealt with, all that. And, after some time, all they could tell me was what was wrong with me, what I could do better. Even you're not the prettiest when you cry. Like, just criticize everything about me to the point I'm just like, well, what the fuck do you like about me? To the point I started questioning myself. Like, damn, let me look at my face when I cry so I can make sure I look presentable. Like, who does that? No one should make you feel like that, ever. Like I said, go ahead, retreat from this, go outside, and you'll see how attractive you are. People out here are waiting to tell you how beautiful you are. How just you walking past them just put a smile on their face today. Somebody's waiting to, pay for your food. That person in front of you waiting to pay your food, waiting to pump your gas. So you do not have to settle for this bullshit. Okay. Then love sucks. What's love sucks, Spirit? What's love sucks? Love sucks. What is love sucks? Too much work. You tell yourself it's too much work, but it's really an excuse not to get involved. So yeah, like I said, this Scorpio here is just like, I'm not to focus on my money, because love is just, it don't live here anymore. You don't want to put the work in. You just got too much pent up baggage from old relationships, and like, you're just putting your focus elsewhere. What else do you have for this love sucks here? Getting hurt. All love comes with the risk of losing it. Don't be afraid of loss. Take a chance. See, I told y'all, all love is a risk. It's always going to be a risk. So yeah, Scorpio, it looks like, with this energy, like I said, we just need to focus on what we really want. Let go of what we don't want. To, change our destiny when it comes to this. And I look forward to, pulling the cards when we don't have all this settling, breadcrumbing, gaslighting, hopeless energy, bitter energy, settling for excuses and, boundaries non-existent. It's just confusing. Like, I don't like that for us. But I've been in all this, whether this is one person just going through the motions or a few people, like, I've been through all of these energies. Like, but there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for sure. Inner child messages from my Scorpios. Inner child messages for 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 my Scorpios. Love yourself. Embrace self-love and acceptance. You are enough. Love your life. Embrace your life with love and gratitude. It's a gift. So, yeah. If you love on yourself more, like, you would attract what you want a lot better. Like, it seems like we're hearing a lot of that lately, but it's for sure true. Like, I have seen myself in my thoughts, like, heavy about a person, at the same time not even taking care of myself. So I'm like, why would anyone want to be attracted to me and I'm not even attracted to me? So, like I say, if you invest that time that you are, in your head about a person or about love in general, and just invest it in yourself, like just putting clothes on, do your facial routine, whatever it is that you do to make yourself feel good. Read a book. Like I said, just be in that mode to attract, and the things that are for you are gonna come to you. Like, it could be the things that you're assessing with over your mind, but because you're not pouring into yourself enough, like you are not presenting that attractive energy. So yeah, we need sometimes, like, it's an on and off for me. I don't have it completely conquered, but like, I'm getting there. We all are gonna get there. Okay, let's see. Spirit, what messages do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have for Scorpio? Alright. What messages and advice do you have for Scorpio? Please, Spirit, can we get some advice for Scorpio, please? Advice for Scorpio. Advice for Scorpio. We have Aunt Caroline. I believe. I can't remember which one she is. Let me go. Aunt Caroline. So you could have an auntie that watches over you. I do. So I love when my Aunt Caroline and Big Mama cards come out. But let's see. Aunt Caroline. I can't remember if it's Justice or what. What is Aunt Caroline? No, she's the Wheel of Fortune, number 10. Aunt Caroline. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. This is from the book of Ecclesiastes 3:1. Okay, the plant is hickory, the image. Aunt Caroline is standing in the doorway of her home in Newport, surrounded by reporters. Caroline Dye, aka Caroline, was born into slavery in South Carolina before being relocated along with her parents to Arkansas. After being freed in 1865, she married and began her work as a cartomancer. Playing cards were her specialty. Aunt Caroline had been aware of her psychic gifts as a child, and she quickly earned a reputation as an effective and reliable counselor. Her clients were racially diverse, and it was not uncommon to see entire train cars of people disembarking in Newport to seek out her services. Aunt Caroline was industrious too. She sold meals to the crowds of people who awaited her, and she invested in land and property with the money she earned. There's also a legend that she buried a cache of gold somewhere in the area after her death. Many people tried to find the treasure but were unsuccessful. Aunt Caroline's skill and amazing rags to riches story are two reasons why she became a legend. The meaning: when you see Aunt Caroline in a reading, it is an indication that fate is a factor regarding whatever you are inquiring about. Rack your brain about what you or someone else could have done differently if you like. But the truth is that everything turned out exactly how it was supposed to. This can be a very hard pill to swallow in an age when people want to believe their thoughts or choices always dictate outcomes. The existence of a greater plan is not a welcome concept today because it implies vulnerability, which is automatically translated to weakness in the minds of many. We are used to images of people casually walking away in slow motion from explosions or crashing through windows without a scratch. We then want to be indestructible, unflappable people too. But this is not the movies. We know in real life that those characters most likely would have died in that raging inferno, and the window crasher would be blinded or cut to ribbons. The audience likes that these things didn't occur. They like the implication that the characters escaped out were cooler than what fate had planned for them. Aunt Caroline teaches us that this way of thinking is a fantasy. No one can escape their fate, and incidents are no accidents. She also teaches us to expect the unexpected. This card may be trying to tell you that to understand why things are happening or why they turned out the way they did, you must consider the big picture. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, there's no need to beat yourself up about how things have turned out. It's the world. You know, we have to go through certain things to get to the thing that we want to get to. It's all a journey. But this is some things to consider because I'm not sure what energy I'm pulling on. So this is what you need to consider, Scorpios. Have you thought about turning that unexpected incident into an opportunity? This was fated. When one door closes, another one opens. Was it really an accident? Your luck is about to change. You don't like change. Tough shit. It's about to. We're all just players in one big chess game, and that's the Scorpio game, right? Do you really think this is all about you? Absolutely not, y'all. We have a higher purpose than just us. Get out of your own way. Why were you born? Why are you here? Miracles happen every day. Do you respect the cycle of life? How do you feel about getting older? All right, Scorpios, that is what I have for you. I hope it resonates. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I missed you all so much. I'm going to get this uploaded hopefully by tonight. Today is Sunday. So later on this evening, I'm going to try to get this uploaded. And I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to y'all later.